Hello, everyone. One, we often go through life thinking that we're steering the ship, that it's all up to us, our choices, our actions, our decisions. But let me tell you something, there is a plan for you. Yes, for you. Now, you may not see it. You may be standing in the middle of the storm right now, wondering how you're going to make it through. Maybe you're asking, why me? But what if I told you that even in the hardest times, God's plan is at work? What if everything you faced, every heartbreak, every setback, every closed door was actually setting you up for something greater? I'm here to tell you that nothing is wasted. Not a single tear, not a single sleepless night. God doesn't make mistakes. He didn't bring you this far just to leave you here. Trust me on this. You are meant to be here, right where you are, for a reason. And it's all part of something bigger than you could ever imagine. You see, life isn't always easy, but the challenges we face, they have a purpose. Every challenge you overcome is like a piece of a puzzle that's building towards your greater picture. And sometimes the pieces don't make sense at first. You may not understand why you're going through what you're going through, but trust that it's leading you somewhere important. There is divine timing in everything. I know you want what you want, and you want it now. We all do. But God's timing is perfect. What's meant for you will not pass you by. It may not come when you expect it, but when it arrives, it will be exactly when you need it. Let go of fear. Oh, that's a big one, isn't it? Fear holds so many of us back from stepping into the fullness of God's plan. We think, what if I fail? What if I'm not enough? But let me tell you something, fear is nothing but a lie. It's a barrier. And the moment you let go of it, the moment you start walking in faith, doors will open that you didn't even know were there. Because faith moves mountains, fear keeps you stuck on the ground. Listen to that voice inside you. You know the one I'm talking about, the one that whispers when the world is quiet. That's God speaking. He speaks to us in still moments and intuition, in those gut feelings that lead us toward our destiny. Trust it. You are worthy of greatness. You may have been told differently at some point in your life. Maybe people have made you feel small, insignificant. Maybe you've been doubting your worth. But I'm here to tell you that God didn't put you on this earth to play small. You were created for something special, something only you can do. Believe that. And sometimes this is important. Sometimes you have to surrender to the process. You have to let go of trying to control every little thing and allow God's plan to unfold. Clarity comes when we release the need to control. When we stop holding on so tightly, we give God the space to move in our lives. One last thing, what you see as a setback right now. That failure? That disappointment? Oh, it's a setup. It's a setup for a comeback so much greater than you can even imagine. What you thought was the end is just the beginning. Your story is still being written. So be grateful. Yes, even for the hard times. Be grateful for every step along the way, because gratitude is the key that unlocks more blessings. When you operate from a place of gratitude, you align yourself with the flow of God's plan for your life. Trust the process. God has a plan for you, and it's more beautiful than anything you could ever dream. Keep going, keep believing, and remember you are right where you need to be. Each one of us is here for a reason, and that is not by accident. Have you ever paused and considered the miraculous nature of your existence? Out of billions of people, out of countless possibilities, you are here. In this moment, in this body, with this mind and heart. That in itself is profound. We are all born with a purpose, even if we can't always see it. Life can get so busy, so complicated, that it's easy to feel small, insignificant even. But let me tell you something, you are meant to be here. You are not a random occurrence in the grand scheme of things. When you were born, the universe took notice. You have a role to play, a contribution to make, a light to shine that no one else can. And even when life seems to be spinning out of control, when you're questioning why things are happening the way they are, or when you're wondering if you really matter, know this, you do. You wouldn't be here if you weren't supposed to be. This world needs what you have. Your gifts, your voice, your perspective, they matter. Whether you're influencing one person or 1 million, whether you're working quietly behind the scenes or standing in the spotlight, your presence is purposeful. Every conversation you have, every connection you make, every time you show up as your authentic self, you are fulfilling a part of the plan. You might feel lost or unsure at times, and that's okay. The path isn't always clear, but you are exactly where you need to be in this moment. Your journey is unfolding as it should. Even when you take detours or face obstacles, you are still on the path meant for you. You are here right now for a reason. And that reason is greater than you can imagine. The truth is, each of us has a unique imprint on this world. You don't need to compare your life to anyone else's because your journey is your own. The world needs you, not a copy of someone else. There's a reason you have the dreams you have, the passions you hold, and the experiences you've been through. Every part of your life, every joy, and every struggle has been shaping you for your purpose. So never doubt your existence. Never question whether you are meant to be here. You are, and the world wouldn't be the same without you. Your life is significant, and you are destined to make an impact in ways that only you can. Trust that you are here for a reason and let. There is a rhythm to life, a natural order that unfolds exactly as it is meant to. Often we want things to happen according to our timeline. We want answers now, solutions immediately, and success without delay. But the truth is, life doesn't always operate on our schedule. There's something bigger at work, something far more intricate than we can see in the moment. This is where trusting in divine timing comes in. When we push too hard or try to force outcomes, we often end up frustrated or burned out. It's because we're resisting the flow of life, trying to control what's beyond our reach. But when we step back and trust that things will happen when they're meant to at the right time, in the right way, it changes everything. You begin to realize that what's for you will come, and it will come when it's supposed to, not a moment sooner or later. Think about the times in your life when something didn't work out as planned. You may have felt disappointed or even devastated at the time. But looking back, can you see how those moments led you somewhere better, somewhere unexpected, but exactly where you needed to be? That's divine timing at work. The job you didn't get, the relationship that didn't work out, the door that closed, they were all leading you towards something greater. Something that was truly meant for you. Divine timing teaches us patience. It asks us to trust in the process, even when we don't have all the answers. It's not about being passive or giving up on your goals. It's about understanding that everything has its season. Just like you can't rush a flower to bloom, you can't rush your journey. Sometimes the waiting period is necessary for growth. Sometimes you need to learn a particular lesson, gain a certain perspective, or prepare yourself in ways you can't even see before you step into what's next. There is wisdom in the delays. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Sometimes the pause is preparing you for a greater opportunity that you wouldn't have been ready for earlier. Divine timing is about alignment, about things falling into place when the circumstances are right, when you are ready to receive what is meant for you. Trusting in divine timing also requires faith that the universe or God knows what's best for you. It's about believing that there is a higher purpose to the timing of events in your life. When you trust in this, you free yourself from the constant pressure of needing to control everything. You begin to experience a sense of peace, knowing that things will unfold as they should. The beauty of divine timing is that it's never late. Even when it feels like you're waiting forever, or like everyone around you is moving ahead while you're stuck, you are right where you're meant to be. When the time is right, things will happen with such ease and flow that you'll wonder why you ever doubted in the first place. You'll see that the waiting was a necessary part of the process, and that every step along the way had a purpose. So breathe, release the need to rush. Surrender to the idea that life is unfolding for you, not against you. What's meant for you is on its way. And when it arrives, it will be perfect, not because it came when you wanted it, but because it came when you needed it most. Trust that everything is happening in divine timing, and let that trust guide you forward. Life is full of ups and downs, and while the good moments are easy to embrace, it's often the challenges that shape us the most. It might not feel that way in the middle of a tough situation, but challenges are an essential part of the journey. They are not obstacles meant to defeat you. They are opportunities designed to help you grow, learn, and evolve into the person you are meant to become. When we face adversity, we often ask, why is this happening to me? But the question we should be asking is, what is this teaching me? Every struggle holds a lesson. Sometimes it teaches us patience, sometimes resilience, and other times it forces us to reevaluate what truly matters in life. The challenges you face are not random or meaningless. They are part of the plan, shaping you into a stronger, wiser, more compassionate version of yourself. Think about it, the most inspiring stories you've ever heard didn't come from people who had everything handed to them. They came from people who overcame obstacles, who fought through adversity, and who found strength they didn't know they had. These people didn't become great in spite of their challenges, but because of them. The very same principle applies to your life. The difficulties you encounter are molding you, refining your character, and preparing you for the next chapter of your journey. Challenges also have a way of revealing your inner strength. It's easy to feel strong and confident when everything is going smoothly, but true strength shows itself in how you respond when things aren't going your way. It's in those moments when you feel like giving up that you find out what you're really made of. And when you come out the other side, you realize that you're far more capable than you ever imagined. The obstacles you face are not there to hold you back, they're there to push you forward. They're part of a larger plan, often one that we don't understand in the moment. Sometimes life throws you challenges to push you in a new direction, one you wouldn't have chosen on your own, but is ultimately where you're meant to be. A closed door might feel like a setback, but it could be redirecting you toward a path that is more aligned with your purpose. It's important to remember that challenges don't last forever, just like storms, they pass. But how you handle them while they're happening determines how you emerge on the other side. You can either let them break you, or you can let them build you. The choice is yours. Every difficult moment is an invitation to rise higher, to dig deeper, and to uncover more of your potential. What's also powerful about challenges is that they often make you appreciate the good times even more. Without struggle, it's easy to take things for granted. But when you fought through adversity, when you faced difficulty head-on, the victories feel that much sweeter. The lows make the highs that much more meaningful. And here's the thing, you are never alone in your challenges. No matter how isolated or overwhelmed you may feel, know that struggle is part of the human experience. Everyone at some point in their life faces hardship. It's a shared thread that connects us all. Even when you can't see the way forward, trust that you are being guided. Trust that the challenge is part of the plan and that it's working for your good, even if it doesn't make sense right now. So when you find yourself in the midst of a trial, don't lose heart. Know that you are being stretched, refined, and strengthened for something greater. The struggle is not the end of your story. It's just a chapter. And when it's over, you'll be wiser, more resilient, and more prepared for what's next. Embrace the challenges, not because they're easy, but because they are necessary. They are part of your growth, part of your journey, and part of the divine plan that is unfolding for you. You are being prepared for something greater, and these challenges are just the stepping stones to get you there. We live in a world that is obsessed with reaching the next milestone, achieving the next goal, or getting to that perfect destination. We're always looking ahead, imagining what life will be like when we finally make it. But in doing so, we often overlook the most important part of life, the journey. The process of getting there, the experiences you have along the way, the lessons learned in each step, these are the things that truly shape you. It's not just about where you're going, it's about who you're becoming as you travel the road. The journey is where life happens. It's where growth takes place, where memories are made, and where you discover who you are. Focusing solely on the destination can rob you of the joy and meaning found in the present moment. Think about how many times you've reached a goal or milestone only to feel an immediate pull towards the next thing. The finish line comes and goes, but the path you took to get there is what stays with you. The people you met, the struggles you faced, the moments of doubt that turned into moments of triumph, those are the things that will matter in the end. When you embrace your journey, you allow yourself to be fully present in each moment rather than constantly chasing the future. You realize that every day is part of the bigger picture, and every step you take has value, whether it's a step forward or a step backward. The setbacks, the detours, the pauses, they are not wasted time. They are part of the story, and often they are where the richest parts of life are found. Sometimes the moments that feel like delays or disappointments are the very ones that teach you the most about yourself. The destination can give you direction, but the journey gives you purpose. It's easy to get caught up in thinking that happiness, success, or fulfillment. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that can hold you back in life. It has a way of creeping into your thoughts, making you doubt yourself, and paralyzing you from taking action. Fear whispers, what if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if everything falls apart? And because it speaks so loudly in your mind, you start to believe it. But here's the truth: fear is just a story you tell yourself. It's not real, and it certainly doesn't have to define you or your future. Letting go of fear is about reclaiming your power, trusting yourself, and believing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. The thing about fear is that it often stems from the unknown. We're afraid of what we can't predict, what we can't control, and what we don't understand. But life is inherently uncertain. No one can know exactly what will happen tomorrow, next week, or next year. The key is not to avoid the unknown, but to embrace it. When you let go of the need to control every outcome, you make room for possibility. You allow yourself to step into situations with an open heart and an open mind, ready to experience whatever life has to offer. Fear also has a way of shrinking your dreams. It tells you to play it safe, to stick to what you know, to avoid taking risks. But the most fulfilling things in life, growth, love, creativity, success, come from stepping outside of your comfort zone. If you live your life governed by fear, you will miss out on opportunities to truly thrive. You won't take that leap of faith, you won't pursue that dream, and you won't live as fully as you're meant to. Letting go of fear means giving yourself permission to dream big, to fail, and to succeed. It's about understanding that the only real failure is not trying at all. One of the most liberating realizations is that fear will always be present, but it doesn't have to control you. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward in spite of it. When you feel fear, instead of retreating, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? You'll find that most of the time, the worst case scenario is not nearly as bad as your mind makes it out to be. And even if things don't go as planned, you are strong enough to handle the outcome. You face challenges. In the noise of everyday life, it's easy to get caught up in the opinions, expectations, and judgments of others. We live in a world filled with constant distractions, from social media to endless advice from friends, family, and society at large. But in the midst of all that noise, there's one voice that matters more than any other: your inner voice. That quiet, intuitive part of you that knows what's right for you, even when the rest of the world doesn't. Listening to your inner voice is about tuning into your authentic self, trusting your instincts, and following the path that feels true to who you are. Your inner voice is like a compass, guiding you toward what aligns with your values, your purpose, and your deepest desires. It speaks through feelings, through those gut reactions you can't always explain, but that feel undeniably right or wrong. It's that nudge you get when something isn't quite aligned with who you are, or the excitement that bubbles up when you're on the verge of something meaningful. This inner guidance is always there, but often we ignore it in favor of what others think we should do. When you listen to your inner voice, you are choosing to trust yourself. You are acknowledging that no one knows you better than you. Other people might have advice, opinions, or well-meaning suggestions, but ultimately you are the one who has to live your life. Only you can feel what's right for your journey. Your inner voice is there to remind you of your own wisdom, to keep you grounded in your truth, and to give you the courage to follow the path that's meant for you. It's important to recognize that your inner voice doesn't always scream more often, it whispers. That's why creating space for stillness is essential. In the hustle of daily life, with endless to-do lists and external pressures, it's easy to overlook what you're at the core of so many struggles, doubts, and insecurities lies the simple but powerful question, am I worthy? This question can hold us back, make us shrink from our dreams, and cause us to settle for less than we deserve. But let me tell you, without any doubt, you are worthy of greatness. You were not put on this earth to live small, to blend into the background, or to simply go through the motions of life. You were born with infinite potential, capable of achieving incredible things, and that greatness is not reserved for a select few, is available to you. Greatness doesn't necessarily mean fame or fortune. It doesn't have to look like what the world defines as success. Your greatness is unique to you. It's about living in a way that is true to your highest self, making an impact with your gifts, and sharing your light with the world. You have something special to offer, whether it's through your creativity, your compassion, your intelligence, or your resilience. No one else on this planet has your exact combination of talents, experiences, and perspectives. That alone makes you exceptional. Yet so many of us hold back from stepping into our greatness because we don't believe we're worthy of it. Maybe it's because of past failures, disappointments, or the negative voices we've internalized over time. But those experiences do not define you. Your worth is not something you have to prove or earn, it's something that is inherently yours. You were born worthy. No mistake, no misstep, and no hardship can take that away from you. Believing you are worthy of greatness starts with recognizing that you don't need permission from anyone else to rise. You don't need validation from others to chase your dreams or live fully in your purpose. Too often, we wait for someone to tell us we're good enough, smart enough, talented enough. But the truth is, the only person who needs to believe in you is you. When you own your worth, you give yourself the freedom to pursue your dreams without fear or hesitation. Part of knowing your worth is also understanding that setbacks and failures don't diminish it. If you try something and it doesn't work out, it doesn't mean you're not worthy of success. It simply means you're learning, growing, and moving closer to what is meant for you. Greatness is not about being perfect, it's about showing up, trying, failing, and trying again. It's about resilience and determination. You are worthy of greatness not because you are flawless, but because you are willing to rise after you fall, to keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. The moment you realize your worth, everything shifts. You stop settling for less than you deserve. You stop allowing fear and self-doubt to control your decisions. You begin to dream bigger, to take risks, and to trust that you are capable of achieving extraordinary things. So often in life, we hold on tightly to control, believing that if we can just manage every detail, plan every step, and predict every outcome, we'll be safe and successful. But in reality, the more we cling to control, the more chaos we invite into our minds and hearts. Control gives the illusion of certainty, but life is anything but predictable. There's a deeper wisdom that comes from letting go. Surrendering control doesn't mean giving up, it means gaining a new kind of clarity, one rooted in trust, flow, and openness to what life is trying to show you. When you constantly try to control everything, your focus narrows. You become fixated on how things should go, who people should be, and what results should happen. But life often has a way of unfolding differently from our plans, and when we're stuck in a mindset of rigid control, we miss out on opportunities that might be even better than what we imagined. Surrendering control allows you to step back and see the bigger picture, to recognize that there are possibilities and solutions beyond your immediate sight. The truth is, we can't control everything: people, outcomes, timing. We can only control our actions, our responses, and our mindset. When we try to force life into a specific mold, we often end up frustrated, anxious, and exhausted. But when we release that tight grip, we make space for new perspectives and possibilities to emerge. We start to notice what truly matters and gain a clearer sense of direction. By surrendering, you invite clarity because you're no longer clouded by the need for things to go a certain way. Letting go of control also frees you from the weight of perfectionism. So much of our desire to control stems from a fear of making mistakes, of failing, or of things not being perfect. But perfection is an impossible standard and often blinds us to the beauty of the process. When you let go of the need to control every detail, you allow yourself to flow with life, to experience the journey in all its unpredictability, and to learn from each moment. This kind of surrender brings clarity because it shifts your focus from how can I avoid failure to what can I learn from this experience. Surrendering control is not about being passive or indifferent. It's about trusting that there is a plan greater than what you can see right now. It's about having faith that things are unfolding as they should, even when they don't align with your expectations. When you stop fighting against the flow of life, you open yourself to greater wisdom, to seeing things from a new angle, and to finding solutions that you may have overlooked in your desire to control the outcome. Clarity often comes when you let go of the need to force things into place and instead allow them to unfold naturally. By releasing control, you create space for intuition, for inspiration, and for insight to come through. You stop trying to predict every step and start listening to what life is trying to tell you. The answers you seek don't always come from doing more, pushing harder. Sometimes they come from quieting your mind, stepping back, and trusting the process. In the end, surrendering. Setbacks are an inevitable part of life. We all face moments when things don't go as planned, whether it's a missed opportunity, a failure, or a door that closes when you were certain it would open. In those moments, it's easy to feel defeated, to think that life is working against you. But here's the truth: your setbacks are not the end of your story. In fact, they are often the very setups you need for a greater comeback, a chance to rise stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the opportunities that lie ahead. It's important to recognize that setbacks don't define you; how you respond to them does. When you encounter obstacles or disappointments, it can feel like you're stuck or going backward, but these moments are often life's way of redirecting you towards something better. A setback is rarely a dead end. More often, it's a detour, an unexpected turn that can lead to growth, transformation, and an even greater version of success than you originally imagined. Sometimes the very thing that feels like a loss is the catalyst for your greatest breakthrough. Think of the times in your life when you thought you had failed, only to later realize that the setback led to an opportunity you wouldn't have otherwise discovered. That job you didn't get, it opened the door to a career you love even more. That relationship that ended, it made space for the person who is truly meant for you. That missed chance, it pushed you to dig deeper and find the strength and resilience you didn't know you had. Setbacks are powerful teachers. They challenge you to pause, reflect, and reevaluate. They force you to get clear about what you really want and what you're willing to do to achieve it. Often, a setback is the universe's way of saying, not this, not now, but keep going. It's not a sign that you should give up. It's a signal that there's something better ahead, something that requires you to grow in ways you may not have anticipated. Your comeback doesn't just happen by chance. It happens because you choose to rise. It happens because even when life knocks you down, you get back up with a new perspective, with more determination, and with a deeper understanding of what you're capable of. A setback is an opportunity to reassess, to recalibrate, and to come back stronger. It gives you the chance to refocus on what truly matters and to approach your goals with renewed energy. Every setback holds the seed of a comeback. The key is to shift your mindset. Instead of seeing obstacles as barriers, see them as stepping stones. Instead of letting failures discourage you, gratitude is more than just a polite response or a fleeting feeling. It is a powerful key that can unlock doors to joy, fulfillment, and a deeper connection to life. In a world that often emphasizes what we lack, gratitude shifts our focus to what we already have, creating a mindset that is rich with appreciation and abundance. When we practice gratitude, we open ourselves to the beauty of the present moment, allowing us to experience life more fully and meaningfully. At its core, gratitude is a practice of awareness. It invites us to pause and reflect on the good that surrounds us, even in the midst of challenges and difficulties. It encourages us to notice the small moments, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of loved ones, the taste of a favorite meal, or the kindness of a stranger. By cultivating this awareness, we train our minds to seek out the positive, creating a ripple effect that can transform our entire outlook on life. When we express gratitude, we shift our energy from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Instead of feeling like we're constantly chasing after what we don't have, gratitude allows us to recognize the wealth of blessings already present in our lives. This doesn't mean that we ignore our struggles or challenges. It means that we choose to acknowledge the good alongside the difficult. This balanced perspective fosters resilience and helps us navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. When we take the time to express appreciation for others, we not only lift their spirits but also deepen our connection with them. A simple thank you can go a long way in reinforcing bonds and creating a sense of community and belonging. When we recognize the contributions of those around us, we foster an environment of positivity and support, encouraging others to do the same. Moreover, gratitude has profound effects on our mental and emotional well-being. Research has shown that regularly practicing gratitude can lead to increased levels of happiness and lower levels of depression. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we activate areas of the brain associated with pleasure and reward, creating a sense of fulfillment and contentment. This shift in perspective can help break the cycle of negative thinking, allowing us to approach challenges with a more optimistic mindset. Embracing gratitude also empowers us to let go of resentment, envy, and comparison. It reminds us that everyone's journey is unique, and instead of focusing on what others have that we don't, we can celebrate our own progress and achievements. By cultivating a practice of gratitude, we become less attached to external validation and more in tune with our own values and desires. Incorporating gratitude into our daily lives doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal where we jot down a few things we are thankful for each day, taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around us, or sharing our appreciation with others. These small practices can create profound shifts in how we experience life and interact with the world. Ultimately, gratitude is a choice we make every day. It's about training our minds to focus on the good, even when life gets tough. When we embrace gratitude, we unlock the potential for greater joy, deeper connections, and a more fulfilling existence. It empowers us to rise above challenges and to see the beauty in the journey, reminding us that even in our struggles, there is always something to be thankful for. Gratitude is the key that opens the door to a richer, more vibrant life, and it's one we can all choose to carry with us. As we reflect on the journey we've explored together, it becomes clear that the essence of our lives is not merely defined by the milestones we reach, but by how we embrace every moment along the way. Each point we've discussed, from recognizing that we are all meant to be here, to letting go of fear, to surrendering control, reminds us that every experience, every setback, and every challenge contributes to our growth. We are worthy of greatness, and our setbacks truly set the stage for our greatest comebacks. At the heart of this journey is gratitude, the key that unlocks the beauty of our existence. When we practice gratitude, we cultivate a mindset that allows us to see the abundance around us, appreciate the lessons learned, and celebrate our unique paths. It encourages us to listen to our inner voice, trust in divine timing, and embrace the journey, not just the destination. As you leave here today, carry these insights with you. Let them serve as reminders that life is a tapestry woven from moments of joy, challenge, and transformation. Trust in your unique path and the plans that the universe has for you. Remember that you are capable, you are worthy, and you have the power to create a life filled with purpose and meaning. Embrace your journey with an open heart and know that every step you take is leading you to something greater. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for sharing in this beautiful experience together. Thank you. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. When we take the time to express appreciation for others, we not only lift their spirits, but also deepen our connection with them. A simple thank you can go a long way in reinforcing bonds and creating a sense of community and belonging. When we recognize the contributions of those around us, we foster an environment of positivity and support, encouraging others to do the same. Moreover, gratitude has profound effects on our mental and emotional well-being. Research has shown that regularly practicing gratitude can lead to increased levels of happiness and lower levels of depression. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we activate areas of the brain associated with pleasure and reward, creating a sense of fulfillment and contentment. This shift in perspective can help break the cycle of negative thinking, allowing us to approach challenges with a more optimistic mindset. Embracing gratitude also empowers us to let go of resentment, envy, and comparison. It reminds us that everyone's journey is unique, and instead of focusing on what others have that we don't, we can celebrate our own progress and achievements. By cultivating a practice of gratitude, we become less attached to external validation and more in tune with our own values and desires. Incorporating gratitude into our daily lives doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal where we jot down a few things we are thankful for each day, taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around us or sharing our appreciation with others. These small practices can create profound shifts in how we experience life and interact with the world. Ultimately, gratitude is a choice we make every day. It's about training our minds to focus on the good, even when life gets tough. When we embrace gratitude, we unlock the potential for greater joy, deeper connections, and a more fulfilling existence. It empowers us to rise above challenges and to see the beauty in the journey, reminding us that even in our struggles, there is always something to be thankful for. Gratitude is the key that opens the door to a richer, more vibrant life, and it's one we can all choose to carry with us. As we reflect on the journey we've explored together, it becomes clear that the essence of our lives is not merely defined by the milestones we reach, but by how we embrace every moment along the way. Each point we've discussed, from recognizing that we are all meant to be here, to letting go of fear, to surrendering control, reminds us that every experience, every setback, and every challenge contributes to our growth. We are worthy of greatness, and our setbacks truly set the stage for our greatest comebacks. At the heart of this journey is gratitude, the key that unlocks the beauty of our existence. When we practice gratitude, we cultivate a mindset that allows us to see the abundance around us, appreciate the lessons learned, and celebrate our unique paths. It encourages us to listen to our inner voice, trust in divine timing, and embrace the journey, not just the destination. As you leave here today, carry these insights with you. Let them serve as reminders that life is a tapestry woven from moments of joy, challenge, and transformation. Trust in your unique path and the plans that the universe has for you. Remember that you are capable, you are worthy, and you have the power to create a life filled with purpose and meaning. Embrace your journey with an open heart and know that every step you take is leading you to something greater. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for sharing in this beautiful experience together. Thank you.